From the Sportatorium here in New York City, it's your Sports Lordz.
Hello, sports surfs. What up?
What's going on?
Hey, everybody out there in sports land, USA, and beyond the entire world.
Welcome to another edition of Sports Lordz.
Yeah, this is very exciting. Yeah, I mean, anybody, anywhere in the world could be listening to our words.
I hope they are.
At any time.
At
This
any
could
time.
be 100 years in the future, and they just unearthed this podcast. It was buried
Mm-hmm.
In a time capsule.
A time
in
capsule.
a time capsule. They're just listening.
It's like along with like Beatles records, the Constitution.
The Beatles? The Beatles? Sorry, that was just a little...
That's the end of the show, Kevin.
Okay, yeah, sorry. Yeah, but this could be 100 years in the future. It could be 2118. That's how they'll say it. We'll all be dead.
We'll be long dead.
Well, I don't think the Earth will be around. According to scientists, we have 30 more years.
yeah, that's the thing. They'll pull up this time capsule and be like, what was New York City? Who was this man from the past talking about New York City?
Yeah, and
Why are they so sad?
Yeah.
Why do they root for bad teams?
Yeah.
Couldn't they just
They were-
start
they
rooting
were-
for someone else?
they didn't.
Yeah.
They could just pick a new team. They rooted for bad teams, and they knew that they only had 30 years left on the planet Earth.
And continue to record this podcast instead of trying to do something to better society. And
You know what, person
have
from the future?
life.
Fuck you, you judgmental fuck.
Get the hell out of here, man.
Go get the fuck out of here.
We're doing the best we can, okay? It's hard, man.
It's hard. It's hard now. It's probably even harder where you are, and I'm sorry about that. But I'm not going to do much about it.
Yeah, future people, get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
You know, this is an early dab.
Early dab.
We're all
Yeah.
three of us dabbing on future people.
Yeah. They've had it coming.
But, you know, if we do want to make change, I encourage everyone in the present now to make sure you vote on November 6th. Get out there and vote.
Mm-hmm.
Get out there and vote. There's not enough people in media telling you to do this, so let us be the first to say, get out there and vote.
Yeah, I'm sure none of you have heard about it. I think the registration deadlines are passed, but still get in there, vote.
Just vote,
It's
man.
all good.
Just get out there and vote. If you have to, just go to the building where you should be able to vote and yell your choices at people as they leave and as they enter.
Yeah,
That counts as a vote.
exactly. And make sure you vote for the right people, not the wrong ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
vote for the right people, and then when it gets down to those like judges and shit that you get into the booth and you're like, oh shit, who the fuck are all these people?
I
I'm
got to vote
supposed
for a
to
comptroller? What's a comptroller?
Yeah, and then in that case, just choose whichever name you like the best. And
Or write in your favorite sports lord. And you know, if we get enough, I'll gladly serve a position I know nothing about.
I mean, those jobs pay salaries, so
Yeah.
I'll do it.
salary jobs are hard to come by. We'll take it. We'll serve, and we'll do it for the good of the nation.
Insurance will be great for me to have.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'll.
Yeah, it'd be great for me to have. I've never had it.
Oh well.
Let's
Nice.
get Kev
Let's get
insurance,
Kevin some
guys.
insurance.
Write
I'm
him in.
literally-
Write him in for whatever position. You know.
You can probably hear I'm a little sick right now, and I don't have insurance. So what am I doing? I'm gonna chop off my arm.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
that's what works.
Mm-hmm.
So
But anyway,
So now that we've covered all that,
now that we've covered that and we've dabbed on the future, how was everyone's sports week? It was quite a weird one.
yeah. Jeez, what happened? I mean,
World Series is finalized.
yep. We got Red Sox, Dodgers, two very hateable teams, hateable franchises.
the two, number one and number two payrolls in all of baseball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right?
So money.
I think Dodgers are number one and Red Sox are two, or is it the other?
something
way
like
around?
that.
And it's sort of
It's the rich getting richer, folks.
yeah. I was really pulling for the Brewers, and they almost made it in, but it's just you hate to see just the richest teams, unless you're an asshole. Then you love it, and you're like, this is how it should work.
Yeah.
Pay the most money and you get the best team, and then your team goes to the finals.
It seems to be that way though in baseball. It's like again like the lack of salary cap and anything like that, because the Yankees famously in the 90s always had the biggest payroll and would always win. But you know that ain't that America? You and me.
That's freedom is what it is, man.
Ain't that America, home of the free?
Little white houses for you and me.
John Cougar Mellencamp.
Is it white
pink
or
houses?
Little
Pink
pink
houses.
houses.
Yeah, but that's what's going on. So yeah, World Series starting up.
Do you guys have a team you're pulling for? Do you have a dog in the fight?
I don't.
No,
It's gonna be real tough. It's
I
like
hate them both.
and it's like I have a tough time with their fan bases, as it's been well documented on this podcast.
Yeah.
But I guess if I really had to pick, gun to head, maybe the Dodgers, just because of National League allegiance.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, I would choose Dodgers simply because
They haven't won
it's
in a
been
while.
30 years since they've won.
Yeah.
So the Red Sox have won 3 World Series in the last.
Hey, Boston
15
doesn't
years.
win enough, okay?
Yeah.
They don't win enough
Ooh,
sporting championships
yeah.
or things, constantly all the time.
Right.
So, no, I agree. Yeah, it's been 30 years, like you said.
Yeah.
I think maybe that'd be the only reason I'd pull for the Dodgers.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I think I'm going to... Whichever team wins, I'm going to not enjoy seeing them win.
Yeah.
Is the thing.
Yeah.
And frankly, I don't know, I'm kind of checked out, I think, at this point with it. I won't be following it as closely as I did the other rounds. There's so many other sports going on right now.
Exactly.
Like college football still in the swing of things.
Yep.
It was kind of a few upsets this weekend.
Yeah. Ohio State, the big one. It's always nice to see Urban Meyer lose.
Good old Buckeyes getting beat is nice.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't catch that game. Did either of you guys catch that?
I was up in the Catskills.
Right, you were up
with
for a wedding, right?
Yeah, shout out to Matt. I'll bleep out your last name.
Yeah, where's my invitation,
Shouldn't have
man?
said that. But
Didn't
shout
get
out to him.
invited.
He's a sports surf. He's checked out some of our shows. So shout out to Matt. Congratulations
Yeah.
to you and your wife.
Congrats, yeah.
Kevin and I, our invitations got lost in the mail, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess
we're friggin' ticked about. No, just kidding. Congratulations,
we
guys.
hate missing a wedding.
No.
But yeah, so I missed out on a little bit. I mean, I had Wi-Fi. I checked in a little bit on the Alabama beatdown of Tennessee, which was expected. And Alabama's just on another planet. I would love to see them play I think we've talked about this maybe off mic, but the way people always talk about how could the best college football team beat the worst NFL team? And usually it's like, no, I think the NFL team would probably win, but this time around, I don't know, man. This Alabama team is
it's
on
a
another
super
level.
team. Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, they're just steamrolling everybody this year.
I would love to see that, though. The worst NFL team against the best college team.
Oh, totally.
I remember when I was in middle school, I played in middle school football, and I remember having the thought for our first game after all our practices, I was like, I bet we could beat the Atlanta Falcons right now. I literally thought that. That's how stupid I was.
That's pretty dumb.
To be fair, the Falcons weren't very good.
They were
back
really
then.
bad,
They were
but
bad.
I just was like,
No, I know.
We're the toughest group of kids ever. And we could run through a brick wall if we wanted to.
The only time that's worked out for me that I've seen was in high school. I was in the marching band, and before our practices during the season, because we would practice Tuesday and Thursday evenings for the games, right after school we would play tackle football on the practice field as we waited for practice just to kill time. And we played pretty regularly, and then the JV team saw us one day and was talking shit or whatever, and it was next week let's play full on tackle football against the JV team. And they're like, yeah, okay, whatever, fucking band nerds. And we played and won. The band nerds beat our JV team, and it felt pretty great.
That's pretty cool.
Granted, our high school team was awful. I think they won 6 games the 4 years I was there.
Granted, the JV team did beat you guys in the Battle of the Bands.
And the JV team did beat us in the Battle of the Bands, yes.
So it kind of evened out, actually.
Yeah. It was a wash, but I think they won because it's harder to play musical instruments than it is to run around with a football.
Was that more a credit to you guys, or they were that bad?
A little bit of both. I didn't play football. I got recruited a lot to play football on the team, and I wasn't terrible. Like, I'm relatively like a big guy and could tackle pretty well. And then we had a few other guys who had grown up that were sort of jocks, but their parents didn't want them to get hurt and play football, so that's why they were in the band. It was one of those situations.
I see.
So we had a few like kind
Some
of athletes.
ringers.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for those listening, you don't know, Diego's 7'2".
Yeah, I'm like Shaquille O'Neal,
Shaq size.
but like a light-skinned Latin American Shaquille O'Neal. Otherwise the same. Like, I'm bald. I hang out with the general from the General Insurance.
Which is me. I'm actually the real life general.
Yeah, he is. Kevin picks me up in his convertible, and I stick out the top.
Yeah.
And I reek of icy hot like all the time.
It's gross, man. I didn't.
Sorry,
wanna say
I have to sit like on the like you guys can't see this, but in the sportatorium here, like I'm outside the door of the studio. We got a long cord on the mic.
Yeah. But so I was just thinking about the other college games I watched. I think Michigan won, right?
Michigan beat Michigan State, and they seem to be finally for real and a real threat to win the Big Ten.
Yeah, because Jim Harbaugh was on the old hot seat after losing to Notre Dame in the first game, but they might make a run for it, get back into the playoff talks.
Yeah,
especially after that Ohio State loss. If they can pull it out against Ohio State. Now, I think Michigan. I think the whole Big Ten's a little overrated in general.
Definitely.
I'm sure you guys would agree, but I don't know. It could be they could make things interesting up there in Ann Arbor.
Yeah.
They could do it.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think the Big Ten is in the playoff right now. I think it's in the projected because like Alabama 1, Clemson 2, Notre Dame 3, and I don't know who's 4.
Yeah,
I think LSU's in there. I mean, they'll be eliminated.
Yeah. One of those.
Once they lose to Alabama, or if they lose in the SEC championship game.
I watched a bunch of these games, but it's all a blur now.
Yeah,
Who did Clemson play this weekend?
I don't know.
I didn't see
they
any.
played NC State because NC State was also undefeated.
And they were supposed to give Clemson a game.
Yeah, and I'm sort of an NC State, like, my dad's from North Carolina. My grandfather got recruited by NC State.
Oh.
I don't know if he ever actually played for them because, that was about 1,000 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But I always kind of cheer for them when I see them, and I was like, oh, they're talked up, and they have a quarterback who everyone's saying is NFL ready, Ryan Finley, and they just looked like real dog doo-doo. That dude had like under 100 yards. And
41-7. Yeah, they got.
Yeah, Clemson's pretty good.
Clemson's good.
Dabo's really
Dabo's doing it up there in
Dabo.
Clemson, South Carolina.
Yeah, it's like what a perfect name for a Southern coach.
And they
Dabo
have-
Sweeney.
And they have that quarterback,
Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence from Cartersville High School,
Cartersville.
Georgia.
Who looks like a surfer dude,
He looks like a surfer,
but
bro.
also like a perfectly genetically engineered quarterback in
lab-grown-
every way.
Yeah,
lab-grown
and he looked very good in that game. So he might be getting in the groove. We might be seeing. He might be good for a while.
I would
he might
love-
really do it down there in Clemson, South Carolina.
Hey, go
Yeah.
Tigers!
Go Tigers!
Tiger rag. One thing I would love to see another Clemson Alabama rematch. They've played 3 times, right? And all of them have been really good.
That's true. I mean,
They've all been fun games.
Yeah, I guess it'd be a good game. I mean, you'd like to see somebody else get in the mix there,
Yeah,
But
I just don't
they're
see
just
Alabama
too good.
losing. And
Yeah, they're just too good. So
LSU is like kind of the next team who has a chance at knocking them off. But
yeah, I think that
it's
game's
hard to bet against Tua and the boys.
Yeah,
As much as I hate them.
no, they're really fucking good. I mean, who is the worst team in the NFL this year? Is it? I don't
Cleveland
even know.
probably still.
Still Cleveland, really?
Well, I think other teams have worse records, but
Buffalo's also really bad.
Yeah. So Bama could probably give the Bills a run for their money.
Yeah, I would love to see that.
Yeah.
I really, really would. Everyone's always like, oh, forget it. There's no way. NFL teams will win. And I kind of agree a little bit. I mean, just the fact that they're grown men versus, like, children.
Yeah.
But those children are real big and real fast down in Alabama.
Yeah. It's
I don't
crazy.
know. Maybe we could. I mean, that would never happen, but it'd be cool.
Sports Surfs, tweet at Nick Saban. Tweet at
Roger Goodell.
Roger Goodell. Let's make this happen.
Let's make it happen.
Like
People want.
Yeah, you know what they should do? They should do like soccer where teams get relegated.
yeah,
And
I
it's
would
like,
love
if
that.
you're really bad as an NFL team, you get relegated and you're a college team now. And you have to open a university.
Yeah,
And you have to play.
You got to be
Class.
accredited. You got to be fully accredited. You got to like hire professors, get a campus,
And
get
if
it all
you're-
going.
And if you get good enough, like Alabama is the opposite. They can move up to the pros, and then everyone at the University of Alabama, now they lose all their college credits.
Yeah. Yeah, and you have to start over if you get relegated.
Yeah.
And I mean, the Bama guys are going to be pros anyway. They all get drafted, so
Yeah.
just jumping ahead real quick.
I love it. I think it's a great idea.
We
that I
just
came
we
up
just
with.
figured it out. Kevin just resolved it. Thank you, the general.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Another quick college football thing I want to bring up. So the University of Central Florida was like a Cinderella team last season. They went undefeated, and they're still undefeated. They've won, I think, 20-something games in a row or something. They're a small. For those of you who don't follow college football, there's like the Power 5 schools are from the big conferences. They're the classic like Alabama, Clemson, like Ohio State, the big teams. Central Florida is a smaller school. They've won a bunch of games, and they've been the whiniest assholes. Like, they're like, we won the national championship last year because we were undefeated.
Yeah.
And then this year they're saying they're really mad because they're probably not going to get into the playoff. And there's a lot of college football writers who are like, yeah, they're good, but they don't play anyone.
Right. They're playing like Jacksonville State.
But
and
they're
like,
constantly whining about it. And it's just like, shut up. You don't play anyone.
right.
You know, Boise State started scheduling games, because they were like
Right.
the Cinderella team that eventually really did become good.
Yeah.
But they would schedule games against tougher teams, and then they got good,
yeah.
even though they play on dumb blue turf that looks
Right.
stupid.
Yeah. It's like, shut up, Central Florida. This is how college football has always worked.
Yeah,
Don't
start-
pretend like this is a new system here.
Right. Start playing some
Yeah.
teams, and then we'll see what happens.
Right.
Because you don't
Yeah.
play anyone throughout the year.
Oh, yeah, we're undefeated. Come on, guys.
Yeah. Just copy Boise State. They did it.
Yeah.
Don't copy their blue field.
No, I heard birds fly into that. blue
Yeah,
field
I
'cause
was
they
about to
think
say.
it's water.
Yeah, there's a rumor that they would find all these dead ducks and birds with broken necks.
Yeah.
Because it would be flying over a blue field to dive in.
It's all those-
It's dumb as hell.
Birds are dumb.
Birds are dumb, and having a blue football field is dumb.
Yeah.
agreed.
So whatever.
Speaking about a Western football team, Northwestern football team, Big Boy's son, Cross Patton, committed to Oregon
Yeah.
last week. That was
That's pretty
exciting.
Exciting. We're going to see him over in Eugene.
Yeah.
Going to see Cross Patton playing for the Ducks.
cool. Go Ducks.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, we've been covering Big Boy's life on this podcast.
Yeah,
and,
we'll keep you guys updated on everything that's going on with
Yeah.
Big Boy.
Yeah, or you can just check Cross Patton's highlight reel, a.k.a. Big Boy's Instagram feed. He'll keep you updated.
Yep.
And full disclosure, right now we've got the World Series on.
Game one's about
Game
to
one,
start.
Boston. Really don't like these two teams.
It's hard.
Nothing to like there. You got your celebrity dickheads out in L.A., and then you got your...
And you'll get some celebrities in Boston, too.
Yeah.
like
Ben
Oh yeah,
Affleck.
Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, Marky Wahlberg, probably.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Who else they got in Boston?
I think Chris Evans is a Red Sox fan.
Okay,
Captain
Captain
America.
McFarlane, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Uh,
Norm Peterson,
Yeah.
Sam Malone.
Cliff Clavin.
Cliff. Well, Sam Malone, I think, is pitching coach for the Red Sox. That's why they always go to Cheers after the games.
Yeah, totally.
They get free CC's pizza at Cheers after every game.
There was like an episode of Cheers that wasn't aired or something where he had like an AIDS scare.
What?
I think I read about this. Yeah.
Excuse me?
Yeah, because like, he would
was
sleep
swinging-
around.
swinging his dick
swing
around.
he would get in there, and
Sure. Life on the road, baby.
it was the 80s. Or maybe I don't know if this was like something I read that was clearly like an onion piece or whatever, but for some reason just thinking about it right now, it's like, wait a minute. But for some reason I think there was an episode that was written and they didn't release it where he had some sort of like STD/AIDS scare. And I think we should see it. I think it would be important to watch.
Yeah.
I can imagine Cliff Clavin being like, well, you know, just because you're HIV positive doesn't mean you have AIDS.
Let me tell you something there, Sam. People with HIV, also known as the human insecticide vitriol, they live perfectly normal lives. There's Sammy boy.
And then Woody would make a, like, why do you need an aid? Aren't I enough help?
Yeah.
Better time in America when you could.
Yeah, when it was all you were scared about was the AIDS epidemic.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
Never thought that would come up on the show. But
No.
here we are.
Hey,
We
everything
touch on
is-
everything.
We touch on everything. I'm looking it up here on our Sports Lordz database. And yes, Cheers did have an episode, Does Sam Have AIDS? It made it as far as rehearsals, but then they realized maybe this won't be a funny half hour of TV
Wow, got
for
that
America
far.
to watch. And so they scrapped it.
I think that's for the best.
Yeah, I don't think we need that or needed that. Yeah. Although it'd be fun to go back and watch now.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been. It says here it was never revisited because there was a writer's strike in 1988, but like it was always a possibility up until that point to maybe come back to it.
Hey, what do you see there, Sammy? I see you got some test results in your hand there. You mind pouring me a nice lager before you tell me the good news?
Maybe Woody, you get it for me instead because I don't want to get whatever you got
All
there.
right, that's a common misconception there, Normie. It is not spread through pouring beer. Now, the silent killer in bars and restaurants is MRSA. There, Normie. That's what you got to watch for.
Well, actually, French are crazy.
Fuck, we should have written for Cheers.
Let's just switch this to a Cheers podcast right now.
Yeah, now this is
Sports
a
Lordz
Cheers
is over. It's Cheers Lords.
Cheers, Lords.
This is now going to become a Cheers recap podcast, but we're not going to watch any episodes. We're just going to read descriptions and then kind of guess at what happened.
Yeah.
And I bet we'd be pretty close. You know, everybody's got their thing in that show.
Yeah.
As they introduce, here come the Red Sox.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Mookie Betts.
Look, I'm not a Red Sox fan, but that Mookie Betts,
He's
pretty
a
good player.
He's
Good
a
player, yeah.
damn good player.
pretty damn good player.
Yep.
I'll give him that much.
Oh, Andrew Benintendi.
Hey.
Oh, Joe
Oh.
Tessitore.
Oh.
Hey.
Yeah, now we're just like making noises at the stuff we're watching. You guys
Yeah.
can't see. This is great content.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sure.
we can cut all this, but, you know, it's the World Series. It's a sports podcast. We got to have it on.
Yeah.
little World Series going. Yeah, of course.
I think I'm going to say Red Sox in 5.
Yeah, I think the Sox are gonna win. They were destined to win from the start of the season. They've just been annihilating,
dominating
everyone.
all season. It should be a great series, though. I will say that because the Dodgers are really good too. It's two
And
really good teams.
I don't know. This is like obviously against everything I've ever spoken on this podcast or whatever when it comes to Boston, but like I don't totally hate this Red Sox team. Like
As
the
far-
players are fine, you know.
There's no Kurt Schilling.
yeah, exactly. I was gonna say no Kurt Schilling, no like fun
Uh,
Kevin Mala
Right.
being a dummy. I'm
Yeah.
a stupid idiot. Which I didn't hate him either, I guess, but
But it's like a new generation of Red Sox that we'll have to learn to hate.
right.
We don't have the hate. We haven't fully acquired the hatred for them.
And it's hard not to
Yeah.
like step on potential dabs later, but I find the Dodgers players to be quite easier to not like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're more hateable for sure.
They're way more hateable. And also having them just crush the Braves like
That's
that.
another thing too.
That
Although
wound
this
is still
guy-
fresh.
Look how fucking skinny this
Chris
guy is.
Sale.
Yeah.
Chris Sale,
He
it's
is, yeah, it's insane.
like
Yeah, he
he's
really
so
like
skinny.
Dorcas.
Google Chris Sale. Like pause
Yeah.
this right now. Google Chris Sale. Holy shit.
It's like fucking Ichabod Crane pitching for your team.
Yeah.
Someone get him some Boston baked beans or something here.
Yeah.
Someone get some chowder.
Yeah.
Get some fucking chowder and some Boston crackers for him. Because that dude is skinny.
I guess they got their banner back.
Oh yeah, I
They
guess
did. And
Fitzy-
those guys who
We
stole
interviewed
it,
Murph.
Murph. Those guys didn't get anything in return.
Good.
Is what I read.
Good.
So,
that is good. Yeah.
They just got this interview, and we tried to get them back on to follow up, but basically they emailed back a picture of a middle finger.
and for anyone
Yeah.
listening, that's just about the Boston dudes who allegedly, quote, found the Boston Red Sox championship AL East pennant
Banner that
championship
fell
banner.
out of a truck.
And now we got James Taylor about
James
to sing
Taylor
the
about
national anthem.
He's a native of Massachusetts. I don't know if
Yeah, they're about to sing the national. As you can imagine, all the Red Sox players and fans are kneeling, you know, in solidarity of
it's an
African Americans and police suffering from police brutality. As you can imagine, everyone in Boston is super on board for it.
yeah.
Absolutely. And James Taylor, he's like rocking the house here.
Yeah.
He's not putting everyone to sleep
No.
with his
Jesus
energetic.
Christ, he's wearing a fleece with a blazer over
He
it.
looks like Ichabod Crane.
He does, yeah. It's fucking Ichabod Cranes all over this stadium.
But yeah, hopefully you guys are excited about the World Series. All you surfs, tweet at us your picks.
Yeah, let's get some picks.
At Sports Lords with a Z.
And speaking of taking a knee, I did want to give a shout out to Unbeliever Russ, who said he did the Photoshop of Tim Tebow taking a knee with Colin Kaepernick.
As
so
requested last week. Thank you,
As
Unbeliever
requested.
Russ.
Yeah, shout out
Yeah.
to you. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it, dog.
We'll probably task you with something else again soon, so
Yeah.
just be ready for that.
Yeah.
Because I don't have Photoshop.
But thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's much appreciated that you listen and
Yep.
and
We
came through with
cherish
that.
you. We love you. We appreciate you. We value you. We need you. We love you.
All you other surfs, get on Twitter, follow Unbeliever Russ.
Yeah.
Good dude.
Great Photoshopping skills.
Yeah, it was really cool.
And one love, you know? What else are we missing? I'm sure there's more sports.
No, I think that's all that
Sports
happened.
news,
Oh,
that's-
no. Yeah, we have a big one. Jimmy last week of dabbed on the haters.
Oh, yeah.
And here comes our little boy, Trey Young,
Little
Atlanta
Trae
Hawk,
Young. Oh, yeah.
35-11.
I should say I actually wound up going to the Hawks' first game of the season. Friend of the show, correspondent Luke Mayu, got me a ticket to see the Hawks play the Knicks. It was my first Madison Square Garden.
And just to be clear
experience.
for you surfs, before you go on, Jimmy, when we say the Hawks, we refer to the real Hawks, the Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah.
Not the Chicago Blackhawks
No.
hockey team,
No.
which everyone calls the Hawks, but that's
Yeah.
not the real Hawks.
Right.
The Hawks are the Atlanta Hawks.
Exactly. And yeah, our boy Trey Young is balling out, man. He dropped 35 against the Cavs.
It was against the Cavs,
Yeah.
35 points, 11 assists.
Yeah.
The third rookie to ever have more than 30 and 10
Yeah.
in a game.
The
It was
other
like-
two were Steph Curry and
LeBron.
LeBron. So, I think those
or
Trey.
maybe Allen Iverson too. Maybe it was like he was like the
He
fourth.
was, yeah, he's in good company, whoever it was. He's looking good, man.
He's looking real good. He had already been playing like pretty well up until that. Our other rookie, Omari Spellman, looked great as well in
Yeah.
that game.
Yeah.
He had 17.
Did Luke's tickets for me and Diego get lost in the mail too?
Yeah, I think
you know what?
something went wrong. The Postal Service.
I think they
maybe.
did. I think the Postal Service, you know how they are. They lose stuff.
Sure.
I'm sure they were just lost in the mail.
Okay.
Yeah, that's definitely what happened.
Okay. Yeah. All right,
that's fair.
That's cool.
Yeah. But I'm sure he can get you guys next time.
Yeah.
He'll
for
get
sure.
you guys. He'll get you guys next time.
Okay, cool.
Sure. I can't wait.
yeah, he's gonna take good care of you.
Okay, Luke, well, if you're listening, just like make sure you do
Yeah,
that
yeah.
next time.
Yeah, don't forget my address.
I have to say that was my first time at Madison Square Garden, and it's nice as hell. I didn't realize how just nice it is.
It really is. I've never been to a sporting event at Madison Square Garden. I've seen comedy shows and I've seen professional wrestling. And yeah, it is
It's like
very,
fancy.
very nice. Like they redid it, I guess, not too long ago.
Yeah, they
but
must
it's
have.
like very nice.
It's very nice.
I'm sure it is, but I've never been. So
Oh well, maybe if you make it in there one day, you can check it out. But you'll just have to take our word for it, I guess.
okay. Diego?
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know. Can we kick him off the podcast or something?
What are you guys talking about?
I'm gonna unplug his mic or something.
He's
Hey,
a
what do you
traitor.
guys-
He's a traitor.
Traitor?
Just kick him off.
What'd you guys say? What are you?
Nothing, man.
Oh no. Yeah,
we're saying
just,
great stuff.
yeah,
Oh,
we're saying
thanks,
that's a
man.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, Madison Square Garden was great. I mean, I wish you guys could have been there. Like I said, I guess Luke. The
Yeah,
tickets
he
got
dropped
lost.
the ball. I get it.
Did you try any food?
I actually didn't eat any food.
Good dog? No good dog?
No, because I'm poor and I don't want to spend
true.
money.
It's
I
very
did,
expensive.
I did drink beer because I'll always spend money on that.
Mm-hmm.
Money well spent.
And
Yeah.
they got tall Bud Light cans there too. So
Cool.
yeah.
Do you guys remember when Joe Buck, announcer for the World Series, said that in his memoir that he had an addiction to hair pieces?
I don't, because I didn't read his memoir.
It was in the news. I didn't. I didn't read.
to hair pieces.
I didn't read his memoir either, but the thing that went around was he said that he had this crippling addiction to expensive hair pieces because I guess he's bald, but he wears hair pieces, and he spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on hair pieces.
Wow. I mean, the one he's got tonight looks pretty good. It's looking pretty real.
It looks great.
It does
you know?
look real. You can't really tell that he's a bald man.
Yeah. Whereas Smoltz, he's got no shame. He's just going baldy.
Yeah, John Smoltz really just went for it with the baldness.
He's the color analyst on the team of the World
Right.
Series. Hall of Famer, former Atlanta Brave, and Boston Red Sox, and St. Louis Cardinal.
Yeah.
I
and,
forgot that he played for the Boston Red Sox.
I think he was there for a minute,
Yeah.
but not
Yeah.
too long. I think it was in St. Louis longer.
Okay.
Maybe. I could be wrong. I don't know. I just remember him as a Brave. He was my favorite as a kid.
Yeah, he was great.
Had a great career.
I met him at Walmart once. He was there with his kids. Of course, I was like, "Hey, Mr. Smoltz, I'm a big fan," and he was very, very nice.
Good.
Good.
Just a total nice guy.
He should be. God bless him with a thunderbolt for a right arm. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah,
It's true.
yeah.
That's true.
he's gonna do it.
He's gonna do it pretty
He's
good.
gonna do it in Atlanta.
There's one more thing, and we can just cover this briefly, is that NBA fight
Yeah.
where Rondo spit in Chris Paul's face.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah. We should talk about this real quick because we're running out of time in this
Yeah.
segment. We need to break here soon. But so for those of you who don't know, the Los Angeles Lakers were playing the Houston Rockets over the weekend, and there was a bit of a scuffle. It started with Brandon Ingram of the Los Angeles Lakers. He and James Harden. He was defending James Harden. James Harden gave him a little bit of shove, and that kind of pissed off Ingram. And Ingram shoved him. It turned into a bit of a scuffle. And then Chris Paul of the Houston Rockets and Rajon Rondo got in each other's faces. And Rajon Rondo spit in Chris Paul's face.
it's fucked up.
And so Chris Paul then poked him in the eye, poked Rondo in the eye in retaliation,
Weird.
which is weird. But I
Yeah.
think it's like an unwritten rule in basketball. You don't poke people in the eye on purpose.
Yeah.
But then Rondo just just pulled back and cocked him hard in the
Yeah.
face, just punched him square dead on in the face.
Yeah.
And it turned into a brawl. And Ingram came back in and ran in and cheap shotted him from behind, and it turned into a whole thing. And now they've been suspended.
Yeah.
And the Lakers are still 0-3
Yep.
and struggling.
Lakers are 0-3,
Yeah.
even with LeBron James.
Well, it's like LeBron and a bunch of scrubs.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some young players that are pretty good, but he didn't have a great team around him. But the spitting thing is stupid. The thing I don't understand is, first off, it's disgusting. You don't spit on anyone. It's like the most disrespectful thing.
Right.
It's like throwing a shoe at someone in the Middle East.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's true. That's the thing. And our former president had 2 shoes thrown at him.
Hell of a guy.
We all forgot he's a war criminal because he handed Michelle Obama a piece of candy.
That's right.
So
he's been
funny
fully
now.
rehabilitated.
Yeah, he's
Thank
funny
you,
now.
media.
Fun paintings.
Yeah, he's a good dude. He didn't
He's
commit
a
a bunch of
lovable
war crimes.
dumbass.
And,
Yeah, he's not responsible for 1 million deaths in the Middle
didn't
East.
start a wars that will never end.
Yeah, no, he's just a lovable doofus.
Yeah, but you don't spit on anyone. But
Yeah.
my other issue is with Chris Paul. If you get spit on, you fucking punch a guy in the face right
Right.
away. You don't poke him in the eye or anything. You
Yeah.
just fucking punch him.
Yeah, I mean, Yeah, it kind of just shows how different those two guys' personalities are. Because Rondo's the type of dude who will spit in your face, and Chris Paul's reaction to getting spit in his face is poking someone in the eye.
Yeah, they're both hotheads, but I feel like Chris Paul's the type of hothead that will talk a bunch of shit but won't do anything, where Rondo is the type of hothead that will just fight you.
Yeah.
Will spit on you and fight you.
Yeah, you won't hear anything from him. He'll just fucking beat the shit out of
hock-a-lug,
you. Yeah.
and then punch you square in the face.
Yeah.
And the funniest thing, too, is that Carmelo Anthony was initially getting blamed for spitting, and he was, like, standing off to the side. He wasn't even, like, in the middle of it.
Yeah.
But for a while, they're like, look, he's licking his lips. You can see him licking his lips on the video. He's the one that spit. And it's like, leave Carmelo alone.
Yeah, Carmelo's
that
not
guy's
gonna
been
spit
through
on
enough
anybody.
playing for the goddamn terrible Knicks. And,
Come
you
on.
know, just leave Carmelo alone.
Yeah.
He had nothing to do with this. But, yeah, that was a big story, a big gross story.
But, yeah, I think that's it. That covers it.
That's it for sports.
Yeah.
We're done. We're done with sports. Covered everything that happened.
Yep.
I think we did it.
Oh, one other thing we forgot is a cook that I work with won 2,000 pounds, he says, because Arsenal beat Leicester City 3-1.
Oh, okay.
So that's probably everyone needs
He
to
won
know about
2,000
that.
pounds.
They're still using pounds? I thought, aren't they using euros? Or because of Brexit, are they back on pounds?
I think they never left the pound.
Oh, okay.
He didn't bother to plug that into like a
He said that
currency
he said
exchange to
that
see.
because he used to live in the UK, and he said he's insane.
Oi, Kevin, no one.
No, but he's American, but he bets.
But I bet he still talks like
He
that.
bets in an account
Won
in
2,000.
the UK for soccer because he's big into soccer, but he doesn't he can't claim it unless he goes over there. So it's just in an account, and he can't touch it unless he's in the UK.
Seems like a bad way to gamble, but good for him.
Yeah, you know.
That's also a weird bet because Arsenal is way better than Leicester.
He bet at halftime because Arsenal was down
Yeah.
1-0, and then at halftime he bet they'd go up 3-1, and they did. And
Oh, okay.
won.
Okay.
It was 10-1 odds, so he bet 200 pounds.
Well, shout out to this
Damn.
cook.
Nice.
Shout out to Cook.
Great
Bobby.
job.
You'll never hear this.
Shout out to Cook Bobby.
I'm pretty sure Bobby listens to a Walkman or something. Just my guess.
Yeah.
Sounds like a really
And
cool
if he
dude.
does hear this, he'll know because I will have been murdered.
Oh.
All right. Well, I
So
think
on that note, on the
yeah.
demise of Kevin, we're going to
Yeah.
go ahead and lock our doors a little bit tighter just to make sure Kevy's okay.
Yeah.
We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with more Sports Lords. All right, we're back, Surfs, and get all caught up with sports.
Yeah, you're
for the
welcome.
week. You're welcome. So you should know everything. We started this podcast, and it was just like three buds, three lords working together. We weren't expecting to get the guests we've been getting, and you know what? We got another huge guest.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a testament to how much this show has taken off.
Yeah,
already.
I never imagined we'd have
Never in my
most of the
wildest-
people we've had. Maybe
Yeah.
not Fitzy Murph.
Sure.
He's
That was an easier get.
that was not the
Yeah.
hardest guest,
Yeah.
but this next one,
Woo!
I don't know how, but we flew him in first class all the way from the City of Angels.
Oh yeah, baby.
Legendary actor and sports fan, Mr. Jack Nicholson is here.
How we doing, Sports Lords?
We're doing great, Mr. Nicholson.
yeah.
How are you tonight? Thank you so much for being here.
I've never been better, frankly, Diego, and I just want to say I'm a big fan of the pod.
Oh wow, that's great. Thank you so much, Mr. Nicholson. Well, it's great to have you on the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great to be here. It's a big time for Los Angeles sports.
It really is.
Yeah.
The Dodgers are, as we have it on one of our screens here in the Sportatorium, the Dodgers are are playing in the World Series. Are you a big baseball fan? I know you love basketball, but is baseball something you like?
You know, when the Dodgers are in the World Series, I'll always make time to see the boys in blue play a little ball.
So only when they're in the World Series? Do you follow them at all during the regular season?
I'll go to a game or two, but mostly just to get a hand job in the stands.
That's you like getting hand jobs in the stands at Dodger Stadium?
It's the best place. You got a great view of the Hollywood sign.
That's awesome. Wow, you're just living right up to your legend right off the bat. I love it.
The legend is for you to enjoy and for me to live, my friend.
So you're excited about the World Series. Are you going to be going to any of the games when they go? They're in Boston right now for the first couple, but
I haven't been to Boston since I filmed a little flick by a little guy named Marty Scorsese from 2006.
Oh, that's
It's
a nice name drop there.
It's called The Departed. Ever heard of it?
Yeah, familiar with that one. It was a great movie. Well done.
Yeah, that's the last time I was in Boston and the last time I'll set my feet down in that city of stinking, filthy Nick bastards.
Whoa, okay.
Okay. Yeah, no, I meant more like where you go to the World Series when they go back to L.A. At Dodger Stadium.
I'll be there.
That's great.
That's great.
I'll be there as long as the Lakers aren't playing at the same time. And if they are, I'll see if I can get LeBron to pitch a couple innings in relief.
Oh, wow.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, you think you got that kind of pull?
Oh, I hope I do after all the years I've spent courtside for the Lakers.
Yeah, that's amazing. So, like, yeah, speaking of the Lakers, like, we can transition over into basketball, I think, at this point. How excited are you that King James has landed in L.A.?
I'm happy to hand over my crown as King of Los Angeles to LeBron now that he's brought his talents to the Staples Center.
Wow. So you, before LeBron, you were king of Los Angeles. I didn't know that.
Listen, you little wise ass. I'll smack the smirk off your fucking face if you want me to.
I'm sorry, Miss
You
Jimmy.
You knew damn well I was king of LA.
Show some respect, Jimmy. Come
Okay,
on.
I'm sorry. That was a stupid question. I apologize.
God damn it.
So, okay, well, now LeBron is king. You've passed the crown
I've
to him.
passed the crown. And I've also passed turds bigger than you before 10 a.m.
Okay, all
Whoa,
right.
we got the...
I'm sorry.
I didn't mean to bring out the Joker or, like, the Departed villain when I forgot his name.
Yeah,
I'll
Frank.
tell you what his name was. What was his name?
Frank.
Frank Costello.
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah, that's right.
Thanks. Sorry about earlier. We're still buds, right?
Of course.
Ah,
Yeah.
Good. That's what I thought.
It's hard to tell, Mr. Nicholson, because you're still wearing your sunglasses indoors, and it's hard to tell if you're kidding or
Right.
being actually angry. We don't mean to anger you.
I got a hair trigger fuse. I'm hoping to work on that. I'm hoping to get it in check before I'm 90 years old.
So would you say you have anger management issues?
No.
Yeah, like the movie that I was in with Adam Sandler.
That's right. Yeah, you nailed it. That's what Diego was referring to.
Speaking of, go back to the Lakers and stuff, because you sit courtside,
Yeah.
I imagine it's harder to get hand jobs at the Staples Center, right?
Yeah.
Or at the LA Forum, I guess is where they used to play.
They used to play at the Forum. Now it's the Staples Center. But I learned a little trick. What you do is you buy a pair. you buy a pair of pants that have a big bucket of popcorn attached to them. Then you bring a date to the game. Then she can put her arm underneath the pants with the popcorn attached to him. Nobody's none the wiser. and you get a delicious hand job while the Lakers take the Nuggets down by 20 points.
So there's. Hold on a second.
Underneath the popcorn, not.
Well, you mean to tell me that there's a company that makes pants with the bucket of popcorn pre-attached?
That's
you don't have
right,
to rig
you
that.
slippery motherfucker. That's what I said.
I'm sorry. I'd heard of that method before, but I always assumed you had to sort of rig it up yourself.
You think I'm gonna get popcorn butter on these chinos, my friend? Clearly, you've never bought real men's clothes. Let me guess. You shop at the Dress Barn, you piece of shit.
I do shop at the Dress Barn. You're right.
Discount clothes for mama's boys, huh?
Okay, I'm sorry.
I
It
know,
doesn't have
look,
to be-
I'm sorry. I was out of line there. It's just, I've got a method for getting hand jobs at the Staples Center, okay?
What is it about legendary celebrities coming on our podcast and talking about
I don't know.
jerking it?
I know.
It's almost like it's a unifying obsession we've got. If only there was a common link between us all. But there's not.
Anyway, switching gears a little bit, that's an amazing method you got. How do you think the Lakers are going to do? They're off to a rough start so far. They've lost their first 3 games. It's a long season, and you have 2 players suspended after a fight that they had with the Houston Rockets.
It might be a rough go for the Lakers. You know, things haven't been the same since the Showtime Lakers of the 80s. That was really my prime and the Lakers' prime.
More so than Shaq and Kobe?
I love Shaq and Kobe as much as the next guy, but they don't hold a candle to Magic Johnson's wet farts. And that's just the facts, Jack.
Well, what about other LA sports now? The
Kings?
the Kings and the Rams.
And the Rams
are arguably the best team in the NFL right now. It's pretty exciting.
And you have the Chargers there, too.
Yeah, and those guys, they're okay,
Yeah,
I
the
guess.
Chargers.
No, I'm just saying, like LA teams. There's there's a lot of teams
Right.
there.
The
Do you
Chargers,
follow them?
I think they play in some kind of middle school stadium or something. Am I right?
Yeah,
It's a Major League Soccer stadium or something.
yeah,
it's real small.
I don't know. It's kind of weird that they moved 2 NFL franchises to LA within like the same 5-year.
And one gets a
Stretch.
real stadium and the other one doesn't.
Yeah,
I'm going to go with the Rams on that one. They always were a sexy NFL franchise if ever I saw one. You know, I fantasize about the Rams coming back to L.A. when I was on the set of About Schmidt.
really, was that like filmed in the Missouri or Kansas area?
Yeah, we were in middle America,
And
going
you had
from RV park to RV park. And I just thought, man, I wish these Rams would come back to L.A.
And your wish came true.
It sure did. Something finally worked out for old Jack, huh?
Yeah, that's a joke because a lot of things,
Everything's
everything's worked
for me.
out. Yeah, that's great. Good joke.
Thanks.
That's amazing. Do you go to those games? Do you go to the Rams games at all? You go watch Todd Gurley and Sean McVay and all the boys?
I like to watch on TV. It's a little noisy there for hand jobs.
Oh, okay.
NFL stadium's harder to get a good hand job.
It's harder, my friend.
I guess
but it's still possible.
You just got to bring your popcorn trousers.
Nobody ever stopped old Jackie boy from bringing his popcorn trousers into the stadium, and that's a fact, Jack.
All right, since we're diving into this, let's just double down. Who, if you don't mind me asking, is giving out these hand jobs? I imagine it's someone you know or someone you pay or...
Hey,
Yeah.
maybe it's a little column A, little column B. I don't discriminate much when it comes to a hand job.
Well, that's great.
Everybody's a friend when it comes to Jackie Boy's hand jobs.
But these are fully consensual. Just, you know.
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's fantastic. I know this is a sports podcast, but, you know, we have you here, and are one of the greatest actors of all time. Do you have any projects coming up, any films or TV shows that you might be working on?
Well, I've kind of taken a bit of a step back from my old Hollywood grind. But as long as we're gonna be friends talking, I'm trying to make Sports Lordz a feature film.
Oh, wow. That's
Whoa.
incredible.
I'm trying to figure out which one of you bastards is gonna be played by old Jack.
Oh, okay.
Wow, okay. I mean, that would be an honor. I mean,
Yeah.
there's
Just the fact that you famously don't do interviews, the fact that you chose us to do an interview is amazing. So, like, literally, just to have a movie made,
Is
it's
that right? Is
amazing.
it famous that I don't do interviews? Is that right?
Yeah.
I don't read much about myself. But that's interesting to know.
No, but that's amazing that you want to do a Sports Lordz movie. Don't spoil anything for us, but could you maybe give us a little teaser of what the movie would be about?
Is
Like
this-
a little.
It's going to be like 40 years in the future when we're your age. Is that?
You little fucking
our
asshole.
hand jobs.
You wish I could still play your age. No,
Okay.
it's about. I think we might change it to just be called Sports Lord. It'll be about one sports lord who runs a sportatorium that doubles as a spaceship. Goes into outer space and finds alien life on a distant planet and brings sports and sports knowledge and sports talk to that planet and saves the human race.
That's incredible.
That's awesome.
How's
Yeah.
that for a movie?
That's incredible.
Sounds
Okay.
great.
Does
All
he
right.
turn into a wolf?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I think I know what you're hinting at here. And no, he doesn't turn into a wolf.
Does he like dance around with a boombox in a museum and like throw paint
Does
around?
he dance with the devil under the pale moonlight?
Moonlight?
Oh, I see you know my filmography, my
You
resume.
can't handle the truth.
My curriculum vitae. I can handle the truth, and the truth is, this is the greatest podcast on the internet.
So as we're talking about all your films, because clearly Jimmy and I are huge fans,
Oh,
as
yeah.
we can tell. What's
I
the
love
favorite?
it. By the way, I love it when people can quote my movies at me.
Great, we'll keep doing it.
Yeah.
But while we think of the next quote, what's your favorite movie that you've worked on? Like out of all the movies you've ever done.
All the movies I've ever done. Well, let's go through a list, shall we?
Okay.
Chinatown.
Mm-hmm.
Easy Rider. As good as it gets. Batman.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The Departed. About Schmidt.
There's also
Yeah, give me more.
The Little Shop of Horrors.
Little Shop of Horrors.
The Raven.
Wolf, The Raven Nevermore.
Hoffa, where you play the
Hoffa, where I play
title
Jimmy
role.
Hoffa.
yeah.
You have so many, sir.
Yeah.
Mars Attacks is one of my favorites that you've been in.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Something's Gotta Give.
That's what I was thinking of when I said as good as it gets.
Yeah.
You were also in The Bucket List.
All right, where me and my old fucking douchebag friends try to go do stuff before we die.
Yeah, is comedy something you enjoy doing? Because you're known for mostly dramatic roles, but
But I'm funny
that was
as
a
all hell.
funny
aren't I?
one, I guess.
Yeah, comedy ain't too bad. Beats digging a ditch, don't it, pal?
Well, yeah, I agree.
I guess so, yeah. Though digging a ditch might pay me more than the
Yeah.
comedy I do, but
Oh, is that right? What are you getting paid? 2-3 million a year?
No.
more like no million
yeah,
or no dollars.
Subtract
Can't
2 or 3
relate.
million.
So you appeared on 2 episodes as Marvin Jenkins and Mr. Garland on the Andy Griffith Show back in
That
the 60s.
was my favorite.
What was it like working on that show?
That was my favorite thing. And I'll tell you why. Andy Griffith was the biggest party animal fucking degenerate I've ever met in my goddamn life.
Really?
Wow.
I never would have guessed.
Did he?
Oh,
Did he
you
ever?
know, you wouldn't believe.
Did he wear popcorn trousers?
Son, he introduced me to the popcorn trousers.
It's
Andy-
interesting that it's popcorn trousers and not popcorn pants. I feel like the alliteration would go.
Alliteration's better.
But I
we
didn't invent
have
these. I'm
alliterations
stupid.
back then. We only had what made sense, and what made sense was your popcorn trousers.
What was Don Knotts like?
Don Knotts was a fucking snooze. I fucking hated that guy, but Andy Griffith, he taught me how to party like I've never partied before.
Wow, that's amazing. This is incredible.
Some real like Hollywood insider
And I tell you
legendary
something,
stuff.
they cut a story in my episode where Gomer Pyle had to get an AIDS test.
What?
Yeah,
Really? AIDS were around that?
Yeah, that I had no idea.
yeah. And we didn't know what they were talking about, but they said they were going to have Gomer Pyle go get an AIDS test. And
Oh, boy.
we apparently they tried it on some other show called Toast.
Toast?
Che-
I think you mean
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah.
That's the one. That's the one.
Did you watch Cheers? What's your favorite TV show? Do you watch TV?
Of course I watch TV. I don't watch Cheers, but I tell you what I do watch. Dr. Phil.
Really?
Wow. I did not expect that.
Of all the TV shows, that's the last thing I figured.
Yeah.
Said. What do you like about
What
Dr.
did you think I was going to say?
I thought you were just gonna say like the Lakers or Sports
Yeah,
Center
or like Game of Thrones because it's like violent, but there's
Game of Thrones,
yeah,
Sports Center,
The Good Wife.
The
Sure.
Good Wife. You guys are making up names for shows, aren't you? I ought
Those-
to put on my popcorn
Ally
trousers
McBeal.
and take you out to a game.
I don't want to go to a game when you're
Well, then
wearing
you
your
don't
popcorn
have to.
trousers.
You don't have to.
Okay, that's
You know, I might if it gets me courtside at Staples Center, like I might do
You're
it.
absolutely welcome, but if you change your mind at any moment, that's okay.
Like I'd be able to sit next to you instead of your buddy who wears that round hat, that other old guy you go
Talking
with.
about Lou Adler,
Sure.
right?
I
Yeah.
guess is yeah.
That's my buddy. That's my pal. That's my compadre.
Going back to your movie career, I have to ask this question just because, again, I would not forgive myself if I didn't. And this is a totally dumb question, but I got to ask it. What was it like working with Michael Keaton on Batman? I'm a huge Michael Keaton fan as well.
Big fan of the Keat Man.
Yes.
Very cool. Well, I'll tell you what it was like working with him. It was a pure joy. The man's a professional and a good person.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. That's
Yeah.
great.
No, yeah.
And what did you think of
And I made him wear popcorn pants.
wait, what was that?
Popcorn trousers.
He wore you what?
We went to the games and wore popcorn trousers together. What's so hard to understand about that, Jack?
There's
Nothing,
there's nothing hard to understand about it.
What did you think of Heath Ledger's Joker? Because, you know, some people say it's the best Joker of all time, and you famously played the Joker in that Batman movie with Michael Keaton.
I think if he hadn't have bit the bullet right after doing it, we'd all be rolling in the aisles laughing at how stupid that portrayal is.
I gotta say, I think you might be right about that.
Yeah, I know I'm right. I invented the freaking character.
Well, I
I
don't know
if that's
about
true,
yeah.
but you know.
That's true, and that kid was a bad actor. P.U. You
Oh no, he's raging out, Mr. Nicholson. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
I'm
all right.
sorry, I just get a little emotional when I see people disrespecting the craft.
It's okay.
Jack.
I'm sorry. We'll switch subjects. Like one last thing. Again, going back to the Lakers, something a little bit more
Yeah,
calm.
Oh, calm. Still.
What's your favorite moment with the Lakers? What's your favorite of all the things you've seen, of all the Lakers games, of all the championships? Do you have any one moment, any one series, anything that stands out the most? It's your favorite.
Probably in 1985. Irvin Magic Johnson tossed me a basketball and said, "Hey, kid, This is yours now. I was 11 years old at the time.
Hold
a
on.
young boy living in Burbank, California. Never been outside my hometown
I
before.
think he's
You're
like
from New
sundowning. I think you have a
And I was
dementia
so
thing going on
excited.
here.
I said, Papa, look at this. Mr. Magic just gave me a big bouncy ball.
I think we're losing him. I think he's disconnecting
going on.
from reality a
The
little
man
bit.
with the goggles is going in the tunnel, Papa. There he goes. And here come the Laker girls. Here
Kareem.
come the Laker girls. Here come the Laker girls. And that's my favorite Laker story.
Okay.
Oh. We won't fact check that one.
No. We'll take your word on that.
Yeah.
Why would we not? Why
Yeah.
would we doubt the great Jack Nicholson?
Yep.
Well, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me. Go Dodgers. Go Lakers. Go Clippers. Go Rams. Go Chargers. Go Kings. Go Angels. Go UCLA. Go USC. Go March and go.
Okay.
No love for the Galaxy or LAFC. I guess he doesn't like soccer.
Boo.
Yep, that's what I figured.
Okay.
But anyway, thank you so much for
Thank
being
you
here.
guys. Love the show.
It's amazing. It's amazing. That
It's
you're
an
here.
honor. It's an honor to have you.
Total honor.
Please come back anytime you'd like. We'd
I'll
love to
be
have you
back.
back. That's somebody else's line, right? Am I
It's
right?
mine now,
Oh.
fucker.
Oh.
Man, thank you so much again. We're gonna take a quick break. Think about why we didn't ask about The Shining, but
The Shining. Hey,
oh god,
that's a good film.
oh he's snapping now. He's looking like like the character from the movie.
That's a good film. All work, no play. Make Jack.
We're gonna go before we get killed.
Okay.
We're gonna take a break and handle
Bye.
Mr. Nicholson here. So everyone, we'll be back in just a minute.
Make Jack. Oh boy.
Truck got wings.
Mic check, mic check. Hold up. Oh! We gonna go to the ATL with this shit right here. Turn up, gang, turn up, gang, turn up, gang. Dab on, dab on, dab on, dab on, dab on, dab on, dab on.
Oh yeah, what's up, Sports Surfs? Woo! We're back. It's time to dab. Kevin's back.
He's
Kevin, you-
taking a very long dump during that.
Yeah, it's like when
What?
Mr. Nicholson showed up, he was like, "Here's Johnny," and Kevin got like scared and was like, "Oh no!" and ran into the bathroom.
Yeah.
The Shining scared the crap out of me, literally in this case. But when I first saw it,
It's a scary movie.
Yeah.
it scared the bejesus out of me. So I didn't. I still associate him with that movie strongly,
And you
his
should.
character in the Departed.
Oh yeah. But yeah,
Frank Costello.
What?
Frank Costello.
Okay, Frank Costello, aka like basically Whitey Bulger, right?
Yep.
yeah, with a not so great Boston accent.
Yeah.
He didn't really try too hard to get the
No, he was just Jack.
which
We didn't bring it up with him because he was getting a little
Yeah, he's
angry at
a little
times, so we
testy.
had to be careful, especially after Jimmy. He didn't seem to like.
I don't know. Yeah.
He didn't take a shining to Jimmy for some. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
You're like the likable of the three of us.
I don't know, man. Something about me really rubbed him the wrong way.
well, that
So
probably says more about him than it does about you. So don't.
Yeah, I wouldn't
thank
take
you.
it personally
Thank
at
you.
all.
Okay, that makes me feel better.
But if you do want to use a little bit of that now, we're gonna dab.
Oh yeah.
So for those new surfs out there who don't know what we're talking about, this segment we dab means each one of us gets a minute to rant, rave, and scream and complain and say whatever we want about any subject we want, sports related or not, for 1 minute and 1 minute only. And that sound you've been hearing, that's the official sound of a dab. And that's how you know when a dab starts and ends. So we're going to go around and we're going to give our dabs. So buckle in, hold on to your butts. We want to start with Jimmy.
Sure, I'll
All
kick
right,
us
Jimmy's
off,
going to
baby.
lead us off. He's the dab king. He's going to have a minute on the clock.
Mr. James O'Connell, your dab starts now.
Okay, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet here. This dab is about all the celebrity Dodgers fans who come out of the woodwork now that their team's in the World Series. Give me a freaking break, okay? You're talking about Ashton Kutcher? Well, he's from like Iowa or something. Paul F. Tompkins, you're from Philly, man. You're a Phillies fan. All these people, they're L.A. phonies. They live out there and they have their fake Hollywood lives, That's all a bunch of bullshit, okay? So I don't like you guys. You guys don't like me. So we'll just leave it at that. All you phony celebrity Dodgers fans can go to hell. You've been damned.
Oh, look out.
Man, Main Street Jim strikes again.
That's right.
Enough of these Hollywood phonies. Get them out of here.
Exactly.
Celebs put on notice. I guess Jack Nicholson really cheesed you off since he's a Lakers fan, but all of a sudden was a Dodgers fan, even though we've never seen him in a game.
Right. Yeah, that was what inspired that.
Yeah.
I hear you. I mean, fuck celebrities, right?
Exactly.
Especially the ones that just show up. I mean, Jack, he goes to all the Lakers games.
For the most, I mean, not so much anymore, but he's an older man. But he's historically gone to almost all of them.
He's always got a bowl of popcorn, bucket of popcorn right there.
Well,
he loves popcorn, I guess.
Yeah, he's
Kevin, you missed something.
All right.
We'll tell you
Okay.
after the pod.
Yeah, we'll talk about it a little bit later.
Yeah.
But yeah, celebs, they take up all the good seats at these important games. It sucks.
Yeah, you got to leave it open for that rich guy in the Marlins jersey who's always sitting.
Yeah.
Now that's a true fan.
Or the SNL fan.
Or the
SNL
SNL
cast
fans.
or Rudy Giuliani.
Yeah.
But I believe it's my turn to dab.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And my dab starts now. So what I'd like to dab on is, we've touched on how Manny Machado of the Los Angeles Dodgers, there's a chance he could become a Brave next year. And I was super stoked on that, as I've always wanted a Manny on the Braves. But I don't know anymore because he's proven to be a real dirty motherfucker in this postseason 2018. He's been sliding into people with his cleats up. He's been stepping on the back of people's ankles. He's just got a real rotten dude. And it's like, usually if a player's not that good, maybe you could write it off as being scrappy or something. But it's just like, he's really good, and then he just is really dirty on top of it and tries to hurt people on the field. And I don't like it. And Manny, you can keep that shit out of the Braves clubhouse because me and Ronnie and Freddie don't need that dude. You've been dabbed on.
Nailed it.
Toxic Manny. That would be his Trump nickname.
Normally,
Toxic Manny.
Toxic. Do we love him, folks? Don't we love Toxic Manny? We love him.
He's a great ball player, but toxic.
I want to keep him over the wall, but as long as he keeps winning, it's all good.
He keeps winning for the beautiful city of Los Angeles.
I'll let his children out of the cage as soon as he wins the World Series. If not, Manny, you can go into the cage with your children and your wife. Because that's where you all belong. You can get on that caravan and go back to wherever you come from.
I'm setting up the cage outside of the stadium. And whichever team loses, we're going to walk them into the cage after they lose. Okay? This is my promise. And Manny, if you lose, you can bet you'll be in the cage.
Whoa, did Alec Baldwin just walk in here? What just happened?
Whoa.
Holy shit.
Hey-o.
No, but yeah, Manny Machado. He's rude, crude, and full of tude.
Yeah.
And not in the good way.
Oh, boy.
Sums
He's
him up
rude,
nicely.
crude, and full of tude. That's if you
like
just took
Screech
that
Powers.
one clip of you saying that, it would be like at the beginning of a '90s sports movie where they're trying to quickly catch us up on what the deal is with a character.
Yeah, when you guys sneak it.
This Manny Machado is rude, crude, and full of tude, and not in a good way.
Not in a good way. Not like a Ninja Turtle.
No. Well, Diego, that leaves one more dab, and that is your dab, and your dab starts now.
My dab has nothing to do with the LA Dodgers. This goes back to our hometown of Atlanta, Georgia. It was announced, it was leaked about a month ago that the halftime show of the 2019 Super Bowl, which will be taking place in our lovely city of Atlanta, Georgia, is not going to be anyone from Atlanta, Georgia. It's not going to be anyone from the state of Georgia. It's going to be the band Maroon 5.
Boo.
Which is awful. It's like, if you don't want to do rappers, if you're scared of rappers still, NFL, there's so many musicians and artists from the state of Georgia and from the city of Atlanta that you could have picked. It could have been REM. It could have been the B-52s. It could have been any number of country artists. It could have been any indie band. It could have been anything. But instead, you picked a band that I don't know who is a fan of, besides like suburban, like parents.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's terrible. Nobody likes it. Nobody wants Maroon 5. Adam Levine, go fuck yourself. You've been dabbed on.
Special birthday dab edition.
Uh-oh. Yep.
That's right. It's Diego's birthday.
Aw.
So tweet at us. Happy birthday, Diego.
Yeah, give us some tweets.
Thank you. Yes, I'm 69 years old.
And
Hell yeah.
tweet at
Forever
the
69,
The
baby.
best age.
69. We're all 69 years old. And tweet at Roger Goodell. Get him. Why don't we have the Black Lips do the halftime
Yeah,
show?
or Gentleman Jesse,
Or Alan Jackson.
yeah,
Am I
LaGrange,
right?
Georgia's own.
Travis Tritt,
Yeah.
Trisha Yearwood,
Yeah.
How great would it be though
the
if
Great American Country Drifters.
Oh.
all those bands perform at halftime, and then it just ends with the Black Lips doing something where like they piss in each other's mouths?
Yeah, that'd
Yeah,
be
yeah.
that'd
That
be
would be
great.
the
That'd be
ultimate for
great.
me.
Sponsored by Pepsi.
Yeah, Pepsi. It makes you pee.
Tastes like piss. I
It
mean,
tastes like piss. Yeah, it's a shame. Maroon 5 really sucks, and they really missed an opportunity to have Outkast.
yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that's what there was petitions immediately that came out as soon as Atlanta was announced as the Super Bowl. It's like, yeah, get Outkast to do the halftime show, and I bet they would have, but maybe I don't know. I mean, we don't know the full story. There are some artists that came out that, like Rihanna was gonna, like she backed out because in solidarity with Colin Kaepernick. She's like, I
Yeah.
don't want to support the NFL, which we don't know if Outkast did or not, but you can still, Quavo Huncho from the Migos
Yeah.
was talking about it, I think, a couple days ago, about how, like, yeah, they would have done it. There's plenty of other artists that could have done it. It would have been cool to have a local artist, even if it wasn't a rapper. But yeah.
Instead, we'll have Maroon 5, and it'll be Adam Levine singing, and then his band just like those guys don't play instruments
Yeah, I think
anymore,
they're
right?
just in the back on their phones checking their mobile bank accounts.
Yeah. Yeah.
And speaking like,
cool, more money, cool.
oh
cool,
yeah,
cool.
we're doing it. Speaking of the B-Day, another one that could have done it that I sign the petition for every year to do the Super Bowl halftime show. I want to give another birthday shout out to Weird Al Yankovic. It's also your birthday today. He could have done the halftime show. I sign it. I sign every year a petition that goes around that have Weird Al do the halftime of the Super Bowl.
That would be incredible.
It'd be awesome.
Yeah.
And it'd be great if he did, and not the parody songs, but the original songs nobody knows except for the hardcore fans.
Oh, he's got. Oh, right. Like the only one I can think of is like Harvey the Wonder Hamster.
That's one of them. Dare to be stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not enough of a Weird Al head to know any
But yeah,
of the
shout
stuff.
out, happy birthday, Weird Al. Write me back on Twitter one of these years. I tried again this year, and
Maybe I have an
my
in
pals
with
helped
Weird
me
Al.
out.
Maybe I can help you out there.
Oh, yeah?
My dentist growing up won. I swear to God, this is true. He won a Weird Al lookalike contest multiple years in a row, and he had it in like a scrapbook in his office. I remember when I'd go get a teeth cleaning, or a tooth cleaning as we call it in Georgia, because we only have one.
Yeah, one tooth.
But he had a scrapbook,
tooth.
and there were multiple pictures of him with Weird Al, because they kind of looked like. So
That's amazing.
he knows Weird Al, I guess.
That's great.
So
That
I can
is-
talk to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, please do. Please
I'll
talk
talk
to
to
your
Dr.
dentist
Mark.
from Georgia.
Yeah, I'll talk to Dr. Mark. We're still boys. Maybe I'll go get my first cleaning in like 6 years.
Oh. Great. Ladies, hit up Kev.
Hey, hit me up, ladies. I don't have insurance.
And he's got one tooth, and it's been cleaned 6 years ago.
I clean it up real good if you take me out for steak dinner.
I'm kidding. Don't tweet at Kevin. Tweet at the Sports Lords.
Yeah.
At Sports Lords with a Z. Tweet at us. Follow us on Twitter.
Hit us up.
Tell your friends. Spread the word.
Get the good
Subscribe
word
on
out.
Apple Podcasts. Subscribe on Stitcher. Subscribe on SoundCloud. Rate us. Review us. It would be great. Also on YouTube. We're on YouTube. I'll finish uploading the rest of the episodes, but we're on YouTube. So check us out.
Do it up, folks.
Yeah.
And that's another legendary classic episode of Sports Lords. We
In
did
the
it again.
books.
Yep.
We did it
can't
again.
be stopped.
Quick thanks again to Jack Nicholson for stopping by. And thanks to Unbeliever Russ again. Shout
Thanks.
out to you.
Equal thanks to both of you. Thank you both.
Thanks, guys.
You're both the same.
You're the same. And thanks to Matt for getting married, and to Becca and to Diego for his birthday, and to the world for
And thanks to Jimmy and thanks to
Kevin.
Kevin for doing the podcast and doing a
You're
great
welcome.
job.
You're welcome. And thank you, Diego.
Oh, of
for doing
course. You're welcome. Yes.
Yeah.
This is the most polite ending we've ever had and
Yeah.
cleanest so far.
it. Yeah. I'm not going to do what you think I'm going to
Nope.
do.
Neither
are you.
So with that, that's gonna do it.
All right.
Okay.
Sports Lords out.
Bye.
We'll all be crispy critters after World War III. There's nowhere you can run to, nowhere you can hide. When they drop the big one, we all get fried. Come on, boys and girls, sing along, okay? Happy birthday! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday!
Go Dodgers, go Lakers, go Clippers, go Rams, go Chargers, go Kings, go Angels, go UCLA, go USC, go
No, look.
March and go.